On what would have been his first birthday, they're going to be celebrating the life of Zephyr, who defied all odds and helped doctors understand more than they thought was even possible about the human body. Zephyr's birthday NICU gift drive is coming up, and with us we have some family members who are here to share his story. I want to welcome Delilah, Monty, Montague, and Phoenix. Thank you so much for being here. And I know that I'm sorry for your loss. This is really a sad story, but on the other hand, what you guys are doing and celebrating his life and helping other families is really incredible. I want to say that. But if people are not familiar with Zephyr's story, Dad, can you start a little bit with telling us about him and when he was born?
Yeah, Zephyr was born February 20th, 2019 at Stanford. He was born with a lot of complications that was wrong with him. So they flew him from Stanford to Minneapolis, where he was down there for 6 months fighting for his life.
So I think I heard you said a lot of complications. Could you expand on what some of the complications were? And it sounds like he wasn't, and maybe you would like to talk a little bit, but what was going on with your baby brother?
He had 11 diagnoses.
11 different diagnoses?
Yeah, the three main ones were tetralogy of the Fallot, of the pulmonary atresia, and the George syndrome, and with his ribs like fused together or like missing ribs and stuff. So
there was a lot going on with your baby brother.
Yeah.
What did you get to spend a little time when he was flown outside of the area? Were you guys still able to spend some time with him when he was in the hospital? This picture looks like, is that you reading a book?
Yeah.
To him?
Yes, he was in Minneapolis then.
He was in Minneapolis then?
Yes.
Yeah. Right after his birth, they flew him out.
So, from what I have read, they thought that maybe he was only going to live a couple of weeks, but he kind of defied the odds there. Can you talk a little bit about, I mean, his life was still way too short, but talk a little bit about the time that he did really fight. Grandma, you want to talk a little bit about the couple
of... Yeah, they did put him on, what did they call it?
End of life care.
They put him on end of life care.
Right, end of life care.
And they said, well, he wasn't going to live past 2 weeks, but he fought all the odds and lived 6 months.
It's incredible. 2 weeks to 6 months. So you got to spend 6 months. It's still way too short, but... Yeah,
and it was short, but we treasured all the time we had with him. The little time we did have with him, we treasured it. We try to treasure it.
And so from 2 weeks to 6 months, it sounds like doctors really credited him with them learning a lot. I mean, what did they tell you about, what happened from, how did they think it was only going to be 2 weeks to, what changed, what made it to 6 months?
I think the first 2 weeks was when he was on the ventilators, and then they changed a ventilator so that they didn't think would be possible for him. And so in changing that made a big difference. And then that's where they found out something new, what they could do for babies. And then he had a surgery where they did 5 things on him, took out his appendix, made him a new belly button, and, did some other things that, with someone as frail as he was, they were able to find out how, babies could survive under those conditions too.
So that's actually going to help other children in the future.
Right, and that's, yeah, I don't know which medical journal it was, but he is in, they used his case to be put in there.
Even though he only lived 6 months, he was a medical miracle.
Right.
In a lot of ways. And I feel like after listening to you talk, Phoenix, I think you're going to be in the medical field someday. I mean, you must, do you feel a passion for, if there's a family picture there in the hospital, how much did you learn going through this process?
I learned a good chunk of all about the hospital and all about babies and all about basically everything that could come up with a baby that you didn't even know was possible. It was a lot of learning and stuff, so.
Dare to be rare. Can you talk a little bit about the T-shirts that you and your brother are wearing?
I guess, I think it was
Yes.
like a little phrase or something.
Yes, the T-shirt was actually made for last year. We had a lemonade stand drive in Moorhead for Zephyr for medical expensive, like hotel fees and gas coming back and forth from home. And while we was down there, so we made these shirts, Team Zephyr. So everybody had Team Zephyr. So we had our lemonade stand for Zephyr, and it was pretty great.
I don't know how you guys, do it. You continue to be strong. You were strong then, and now you're here actually to talk about the Zephyr Memorial Gift Drive. You have a gift drive going on for other NICU families. Can you talk about that? That's coming up on February 12th at the Bowler. Why are you doing this?
It's February 20th.
February 20th?
20th, yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Sorry, February 20th. So what are you asking people to bring and to do? This is happening from 12 to 6 at the Bowler. Why are you doing this?
They're going to be looking for gift cards, gift certificates, whatever people want to donate, and those will go to the families in the hospitals. And just from, as a grandma and watching them, you're not prepared. And so these can, help the
You want to help
families.
other families who may be,
Yes.
going
Just
through
plopped
what you went
here
through.
and then
Yes.
have to
Well,
go.
it's incredible that you're able to put your energy in this time of sadness into something so great. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate it.
And thank you.
And
Good
thank y'all
luck.
for having us.
Okay, the gift drive once again is happening tomorrow from 12 to 6
Right.
at the Bowler.
Right.
All right. We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.